All right, so our next example involves another free technology, which is Google Docs. And most people use Google Docs to coordinate work across teams, to just have a centralized access to your documents instead of just tugging your laptop along everywhere you go. But there are other features that a lot of people don't know about Google Docs. And sometimes these come in handy, especially if you're trying to do just a simple proof of concept, or if you're trying to save some time. In the long run, it adds up to significant savings. So here I wanted to show you a new example of how you could use Google Docs as a basically a what do you call that? A web scraper, if you will. We're going to go and get internet and build our databases basically on the fly, so that instead of wasting time or spending most of your time gathering content, you spend most of your time analyzing content, being creative, taking new initiatives instead of spending time copying, pasting links, which is very tedious to do. So say, for example, you're interested in leveraging social media in your technology strategy. Social media is very difficult to quantify your impact and really to get what is your return on investment. But let's say you wanted to leverage social media, or more specifically Twitter, to basically maybe follow a certain topic, or maybe grab as many handles as possible of people that talk about a certain topic, for instance. So let's go to Twitter. I wonder if we can search immediately from here without logging in. Yes, we can. So for instance, let's say I'm interested in arts grants. You're an arts organization. Your technology strategy is, I want to leverage what my peers are saying about grants, about arts grants. What are the best arts grants to apply for? What are some of the pitfalls? And I want to keep this database revolving, and I'll have an intern look through this and kind of give me reports every week or so. So let's say we do arts grants. And here are your results. So I wonder, let me see, can I do double quotes in search? Yes. So here are all the art grants results. And there are many of them, obviously. And some of them are useful, some of them not so useful, but you can see many of them have links, so you could probably build a database of grants out there for your own organization or for your constituents. So the idea is very simple. We want to have, instead of us copying every one of these feeds, that will take forever. Let's have a machine do all the tedious work for us. So the idea is to do this. You see this URL here. Unfortunately, Twitter changed their layout recently, and they used to have this search RSS feed, and we will have copied the RSS feed instead, but we don't have that. So what I did before this interview is I prepared what an RSS feed link URL will look like, and basically we're going to hack it into our feed. So here we're going to basically copy only the search term that we're searching for. So you can see here's twitter.com/search, then it has the search term that you search for. So you have here %22, %20. These are to encode special characters, in this case the double quotation marks and the space. %22 is the double quotation mark, space is %20. So I'm going to just copy that particular part, and I've saved here, I kind of cheated and saved my search query here that I'm going to use my RSS feed, if you will, that I'm going to feed into Google Docs. So here, what you have to do basically is, if you ever want to implement this functionality, you want to just type http search.twitter.com/search.rss, then you have /q, which is query equals, and you copy that link that you copied from this page, so that everything that is after this is a search slash into this. So now I'm going to copy this link into my Google spreadsheet. So I just created a simple spreadsheet. There's nothing in it, nothing fancy, just a blank spreadsheet. So what I do is you copy anywhere. For instance, I'm just going to copy it here. I copied that link here. So now there's a very neat function. So just in Excel, where you would do equals and you enter an equation, That's what you do. So I have equal, and then there's this very neat function called import, and you can see Google suggesting a few entries for you. You do import feed. Oh, typo there. Import feed, and I select this URL by clicking on this cell. Okay? And then you hit enter. Oh, sorry, that did not work. So you do import equals import feed. Can I get that right? And you select this one, you close your paren, you hit enter, and here's every entry in that search. The tweet, who tweeted it, a link to the tweet, when it was tweeted. So you could have all sorts of fun geeking out, doing your analytics, and you could search as many as you want. You could add limits, etc. And it keeps refreshing every day or so. It keeps entering since it's an RSS feed. So this would save your grant writer or your manager tremendous amounts of time thanks to this. So this is one pretty neat way of leveraging free technologies. And again, as I said, free is not always the best way to go, but if you are into that, then this is one way to do that. Another example, say instead of Twitter, you wanted to get, maybe there are some influential blogs that you know of that list some of these grants, and they list a whole bunch of links and for other granting agencies in the arts. So here I went and just did a simple Google search and came across this particular website, and I wanted the website that is messy. So if we go here, so I just searched again for arts grants, and I came across this website. And it seems that it's for music. And basically, it's a very messy website. Clearly, formatting is an issue. It's very noisy. There's no sort of ranking or organization. You can't sort. You can't do anything here, and it's just infinite. I mean, if you were to this, you will have to pay somebody, maybe 2 days worth of salary for them to go through these and filter them, and some of them might not even work. So let's try to see if we could save somebody 2 days worth of work in a few minutes. So again, we're going to go back to our sheet. So this is the URL to that website. Is this Google Chrome? It's not Google Chrome. Is this Chrome? Yes. Excellent. So here we copy it just like we did earlier. So we have this. So Chrome has a very neat feature. If you don't have Chrome, maybe if you use Firefox, I advise that you use a modern browser. So Chrome or Firefox allow you to inspect elements on a web page. Firefox, you might have to get a plugin called Firebug that is very popular amongst web developers. So here, basically if I just imported this page as is, it's going to give us a whole bunch of junk. These pictures, these menus, these ads on the side, everything is going to be imported. We don't want that. All we are interested in is these links. All we care about is these links right here, this information that is here and the link. Everything else we don't want to pay attention to. And there's a very neat way to do that using our feature. So the method that we're going to use is called import XML. So similarly, you'll hit the equal sign, import XML. You give it the query, and now we're going to have to give it a little statement. Otherwise, it's going to download the whole page and it's just going to be a mess that you can't make any sense out of it. So, and this is this query is called I think X query, I believe, and you could do a search about this, and you'll get more help with that in a lot of forums and etc. So here, what we need to do, we want to just pick these particular entries. So if you right-click, there's Inspect Element here, which brings up this bottom panel. And basically, it allows us to inspect elements in the page. So we want to know what the name of this element is. So we're going to have to drill into the code. So it seems that the way they did this is a terrible design. For anyone that is looking to design, you should never ever lay out your stuff in a table. That is probably done with Dreamweaver in the late 90s, and It is against actually current standards of web development and web design. Anyhow, see, as I hover over the various elements, it highlights where they are. So I'm trying to find, here it is, I'm trying to find that link. So when I see here, it's the kind of this particular div, if you will, is a P is a paragraph, and its class, its name is body text. So what I want Google Docs to do is to pick every paragraph element that belongs to the class body text. That's all I care about. And the way to do that is, I'm just going to copy this. And I'll explain what that is. So that's exactly what this does. And I'm going to add it here in the second argument of this function of import XML. And basically, what this says, we'll go through the entire thing. So first, you have to have double quotation marks on both sides, otherwise it'll give you an error. So I have them on both ends. Then you do // which means everything in this page, of P, which is the kind of element. So you could have done div, or you could have done href, or you could have done HTML. Well, I've gotten the whole page of type HTML. But then I'm telling it also within these P's, don't get me every P, get me only those. So I have these square brackets here. And then you have the @ sign, and I'm telling it to give me the class equals single quotes body text. That body txt is the name of this element that we found out here. It's called body text. So that's all I'm telling. I'm telling it to pick up every paragraph element, every P element that has a class of body text. And I'm also telling it to pick up any anchor A element which is of type href, meaning that I want to pick up all the links within these body texts, because we're interested in these as well. We want to get not only the description, but we want to also get these. That's it. One line of code, right? Enter. There you go. So I picked up all the, I picked up all the URLs only here. So if I didn't want to pick up the URLs, I want to pick up the whole thing, you can just delete this, enter, and it gives you not only the URLs that were here, but also whatever was in that P, which is the name of the organization, the description, and then the URL. So this basically has effectively saved you probably a day of work of formatting. Maybe you still need to do some formatting, but it's still a very quick way of getting over, data overload. And this saved us hours in one site, but obviously if you're a serious organization, you're going to have to broaden your search. You're going to do this hundreds of sites probably. So look how much time you have saved across the hundreds of searches. So this is another technique for you to leverage free technologies to improve either the productivity of your organization, or to leverage, say, work of other organizations that listed all these grants, or to follow a certain topic and learn about the sentiment of your followers or of Twitter users in general about your organization or another issue.